the first time they had a Web3 and a metaverse check, which makes it super interesting, right? Because it means the games industry is starting to take Web3, blockchain, metaverse checks as relevant, right? Usually, a lot of the big companies at these conventions, traditional gaming ones, they don't, encompass us. And it was great to see that they had checks or companies in that space turning up, and there was a great day, couple of days for networking, great couple of days to see what others are doing. Um, and then we also attended the World Blockchain Summit. So that was Joad. Joad was a speaker there, talking about the blockchain space and the challenges we're facing with the metaverse space. He was on a panel, which is super cool to see. Um, but yeah, so I can talk to you about the Pocket Gaming Connect because that's the one I attended. My purpose and goal there was to actually say, okay, we're building out. I mean, I don't know how much we've told the community about the games network, right? So we're building out an entire system where we have third-party games integrating their games with our ecosystem. So when users play their games, they get rewarded um, for playing these third-party games in our metaverse, right? Or within our blockchain ecosystem, right? So it's us helping Web 2.0 users to on-ramp their games into a Web 3.0 world. So I was really there just talking to every game developer that was there, whether it's mobile or it's PC. So it was super, super fun. Met some really cool developers. Got like 2 weeks worth of meetings booked in now as follow-ups. And it was great to see what people were doing um, in the crypto space. And obviously, there's a huge hype on AI. A lot of people trying to bake in AI. So there's some conversations around that, and a little bit on the relevance of the Vision Pro, the Quest 3 coming out, and how that's going to impact the metaverse space and the way people traverse the metaverse space. And what I really am liking is the development in getting rid of the crypto wallet friction that we have, right? So most users don't like the experience of having a plugin for a wallet. So there's a big step away, and people are building non-custodial wallets that just allow you to log in with your Google, and you have a crypto wallet. Or they're looking at options where the app that you're using or the dApp that you're using in the space allows you to they'll deploy a wallet on your behalf as a smart contract wallet. You have full ownership of that smart contract wallet, and then that allows for tight integration, which actually makes it possible for console games to connect to crypto. I sound like a robot. I'm actually a reflect in real life. Um, just so you're aware. So it's really cool what they're doing, because imagine console gaming, PC gaming's deeper integrations. You're using blockchain, but you don't even know it, right? And then there's another shift where you're seeing a lot of um, gaming specific chains, right, being built, where there's an ecosystem where we can lower the cost of transactions, and they're looking at and you look. Yeah, it's probably a bit of lag, to be honest. And they're looking at how to lower the cost, improve user experiences, bring the mass market. Because really, if you look at blockchain, it's infrastructure, right? And when you're playing a game, most people don't really care about the tech or the infrastructure. They just want to play the game. But we know it's cool, and it provides a lot of possibilities in terms of interoperability, where you can take your characters, your avatars, across multiple worlds, and you kind of get that soulbound experience. So what you do in one game might be available in another game, but that's going to take a lot of work. Cribs definitely sound a lot better. I will look into my mic after this call. I'm in a situation where I can't really change my mic at the moment. But I've had a few people tell me now that my mic is probably on its way out. It's on its last legs. But yeah, so that was Pocket Gamer Connect, right? And then you had the typical, TikTok there. TikTok was talking about how important it is to market on their platform. So it was really B2B, really cool. What's important that our presence was there, and we do have a lot of games developers we'll be speaking to off the back of it. See what we do with them.
Awesome to hear that. I hope
Yeah.
that you got some nice.
I think there's some alpha in there, right? I don't think we can start some of it publicly.
Yeah. We always try to share some. So
Yeah.
a small, small information here and small information there. But yeah, I hope that you got some nice connections and maybe some nice leads that will, help in the future of the adoption of the VGN.
100%.
Okay, thank you for this. I hope you had fun and yeah, that it was worth going. Daniel,
Yeah.
how are you?
It was good.
I'm good. Surviving the heat.
Your sound sounds more clean than Anis today. Anis, I think your mic needs a repair or change. No, all good.
We need to get some sales so we can invest in a new mic for Anise.
Yeah.
I want to get that hashtag trending now. Justice for Anise.
Is this better now? Is this mic better?
Yeah, it is. It is much better. Yeah.
Oh, man. I apologize. I was using my laptop mic, not my headset mic. Discord. Well, there you go.
No, this sounds way better.
That's crazy. What a difference. I'm actually on the laptop mic. I don't have a headset.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
but you're not in a shisha cafe, so.
No, that's true. I'm in
Yes. So my laptop mic doesn't have noise cancellation in the filtering of its mic, but my headset does. So that's why it's like it works. But I'll be conscious of that next time. Apologies, guys.
No worries.
Yeah, no worries at all.
Danny, I want to talk with you a bit about the Jetman.
Okay. What do you want to talk about?
What's the status there? I know everyone has been, waiting for the updates and for the new release and new gameplay and all that. So, where are we?
Yeah, sure. So right now where we're at is the team have been working very hard on the especially bug fixes, and then a lot of updates that we want to do. Like the smaller bits and pieces to improve performance, improve balancing, and make the game operate in a better way. So that update that we're currently working on is scheduled to go out at the start of next week on Monday, currently. And it's all the bug fixes that our community team have been collecting. So a lot of issues that people faced with, falling out of the level, being able to go outside a level above it, or getting stuck in terrain so that they can't progress to the next section, and multiplayer settings where you had multiple rooms. So all of that is being fixed, and some additives as well in terms of the music, because we had quite a few people commenting about not being able to do the music settings, or the music was too repetitive. So we're adding more music to it, and we're setting up separate settings for music and sound, so you can turn those on and off. And yeah, that update is due start of next week. And there's some other smaller UI updates. We're putting together full patch notes that we'll be putting out, so that everyone can see clearly what's been going into version 1.1.
Awesome. And then when can we look forward to the version 2? Or the phase 2?
Yeah, so version 1.1 is going out now, and the priority was to get that because we want everything to work. We are already as well in progress on version 2, which is going into our phase 2, where our focus is the mobile app releases and also tournament modes. So the first part of that that we're working towards now is the mobile releases. So that's for Android and iOS. And that's scheduled for mid-July. We should be getting those versions to test within today, tomorrow, potentially early next week, so we can try them out just to make sure that they're working. And then we made a conscious decision not to publish them before next week because part of our dev team is going to be off for Eid, and we didn't want to put out a mobile release because that's a pretty big deal, and then everyone goes on holiday. Not ideal. But
Yeah,
mobile
definitely not.
Next month.
Yeah, so it's gonna be pretty packed July. Watching the calendar and the releases and all that. A lot of users have been and community members have been asking, when is gonna be the Guardian Mint? When does the season starts? What can we say? What can we say on that part?
The season will begin in July. That was always the aim and the goal, and I believe that's still the case. So the season will begin. When the Guardian Mint is yet to be finalized because there's a few things we want to do in between before we do the Guardian minting. And we want to do it at the right time as well, to be fully honest with everyone. But there's a pathway to get to the Guardians, and we're working on that right now. So July season will launch. When the Guardian mint happens, it will be in this next quarter. We don't know whether it's the front end or the tail end of the quarter, but we have everything ready to go when we think it's the right time to do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And there is still 14 riddles, I think, 14 riddles left. So keep participating. We are on the mid journey right now, I think. So, so the season will probably come first before the Guardians. Yeah. And let's say it like that. All the information will follow in the next week. I think you guys will love it. The decisions that we made for the Guardians. So yeah, it's for the better, for the community, definitely. Anis, any update on the any other update from Virtua?
We got the new Quest 3. And we are looking at getting access to the Vision Pro SDK as well. That's super cool. I've been working on something that I want to talk about, right? And I'm not sure when, but it will be in Q3 that we'll probably do an announcement on it, which is super cool. But oh man, it's on the tip of my tongue. I got some Twitter alpha today actually. They're piloting. They did announce it, but it kind of went under the radar, right? But they're piloting being able to make NFT trades or purchases via Twitter.
Oh, really? I didn't know that.
I didn't know that until I spoke to some devs today that are working on it. So I was like, whoa, mind blown. Man. So I'm having a conversation. I'm like, guys, we're Virtua. We got to be involved in this. So I'll see how that goes. But that's some alpha there for Twitter. So keep an eye on the Twitter space. It's Elon, right? Elon does some wild things.
Yeah, definitely. But yeah, that could really put an NFTs in front of a lot of people if they would integrate like a marketplace on the Twitter itself. Yeah, that could be huge. That could be really, really huge.
Absolutely.
Um,
And then, Yaka, what about you? Is there anything I'm allowed to share that you're aware of?
I don't know.
I know we're working on the Cribs Ready Player Me build for 1.9 release. And then After that, we'll be looking at mobile builds to the cribs. We've announced that already. We've spoken to the community. It's just a matter of when ready, we'll drop it.
I mean, we've shown the Virtua character builder. That's gonna be cool as well. You know, I don't know how much are we allowed to talk about the VR stuff, but there's a lot of stuff happening, and July is gonna be packed. Like, I think July is gonna be our most busy month of the year.
Yeah, it's the kickoff for season 0, right? And hopefully, we've got a lot of things pipeline, which will give us continuous delivery, at least for the next 12 months, right? So we're gonna be super busy. It does mean that you and I and Dan don't get any sleep.
Yeah,
But, we enjoy it. It's good.
we love it. That's why we're here. This is a life. This is not a job. So yeah. Okay, maybe I can share some alpha that today 5 p.m. UTC we are adding in another quest, a new quest, with the new collection. So we are introducing Cardano Island Reflects to the questing system. That's just one part of the our new our how could I say phase 2 of the quest, right? We've sat down and we've nailed down the quests into details. What else do we want to include in for the quest going forward? So really looking forward to this. But yeah, Cardano Island Reflects are getting added in today. So if you have your Cardano Island Reflect, you will be able to enter a quest with the Reflect today. So the Reflect,
Awesome.
the Reflects that can be used are Cardano Island OG Reflects, Disco Solaris Reflects, Dead Pixel Reflects, Goat Tribe Reflects, and the Judge from the what was that Travis game called? What? Something? Yeah, I forgot. But yeah, super cool. Danny, you would like to add anything? And then we can probably wrap it up for this week. Keep it short and sweet.
Nope, nothing to add from my end.
It's too hot to talk anyway.
Ah.
Everyone.
Feelings. Yeah.
Did you try the voice over IP yet, Anis? I think it's really cool, really
In
clear.
the clips?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I've done some testings. Lovely, it works so good. And it doesn't matter which side of the world you're at, right? Like, I don't see any lag. It's insane.
No, I even find it better than Discord calls, so that's really, really good.
They did a Wendy's party yesterday. Wendy, where was the invite? I didn't get invited to Wendy's party.
Nope. Nobody invited us, so.
Oh my god, that actually Blue was there.
It was a
You were
private
not there.
party, Anis. It was a private party.
Okay, I see.
Oh.
I see how it is.
Yeah.
Ah, now it's my fault. You don't see my messages, and now it's my fault. I see how this is.
We don't hold Wendy NFTs, so we were not invited.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
That is my revenge.
Okay, guys. Thanks everyone for tuning in. Let's keep this one short and have a good day. Thanks, Anis, for joining. Thanks, Danny, for the updates on the game side. And speak to you next week. I hope I'll have more
It'll
information.
probably be the week after, right? Because most of our team's off next week.
Could be, yes. Could be that
Yeah.
we will talk again in July. So yeah.
Super July. Take care, guys.
Have fun.
Have fun.
Bye bye.
Adios.